Are you wondering how to stay safe while traveling? In this video, I'm sharing with you 5 female travel hacks to stay safe while traveling. And make sure you watch this video till the end because my last tip is the most important one. Hi Lovebug, I'm Vivi. Welcome to Adventure World. My channel is all about guiding you to a more adventurous life that you're fully and truly in love with. And if this is something that you want to create more of in your life, then consider subscribing. It is one of the main questions that comes up all the time. How do you stay safe as a woman, as a female, while traveling the world? And to be honest, this question comes very rarely up for me. By now, I've been to over 70 countries, and to be honest, I was quite young and naive when I started traveling, or when I started traveling more by myself, because my parents took me to Nepal when I was 5 years old, and I always kind of been traveling. But to be honest with you, I'm not really the kind of person who travels in the safest way. I've been running through slums in India at night. I've been solo backpacking Africa for like 6 or 7 weeks. I hitchhiked one of the most truck trafficable roads in Mexico. Truck trafficable, is that even a word? Like, you know, the road where most of the truck traffic goes along, like not kind of the safest place. For over 10 days, like, I've done crazy shit. I haven't always stayed in the most secure places. I didn't always go for the safest and easiest way because I actually want to learn. I want to experience life, and I kind of enjoy testing the boundaries as well. So let me share the most important safety tips. Safety travel hack number 1. I'm sorry to say that, but don't be stupid and don't make yourself a target. I see this so many times. I've lived in Mexico City for a year, and there's so many people arriving. They just go into the metro and boop, their phone is gone. Why? Because it was obvious that they were having it. They were distracted. People walking around like kind of like being lost, showing off their belongings, like being all flashy with like beautiful jewelry. And don't get me wrong, like people look beautiful, especially with beautiful jewelry, but if you show off everything that you have, you make yourself a target. If you walk around with a $3,000 camera like hanging on your neck, with your iPhone, with the newest iPhone in your hand, like kind of like looking on where to go, and you have all this jewelry around you, well, guess what? There are people who could live almost a whole year by selling the stuff that you're wearing right now. A good friend of mine from Africa told me once that most people are not bad, but if you give them the opportunity, they happily take it. And I found this to be so true. If you give people the opportunity, if you go into hostels and like people have all their backpack like unpacked and they have stuff laying around, it's so easy to just go and grab something. But if your bag is normally packed and it's closed, it actually takes effort and it takes time to open it, to look for something you might need or want or whatever, and it's just not so effortless. Same with when you have your phone showing, when you have your phone or your money in your back pocket or somewhere where it's easily accessible, or you carry a bag that is open, it is just very easy for them, and people will always go for the easy things. This said, the world really is an incredibly beautiful place, and if you want to create a life with more travel, experience life on a deeper level, and really feel alive, really enjoy life on a deeper level, and start smiling for life and not just for the picture, I have an incredible ongoing mastermind that helps you do exactly these things, helps you adventure more and be more emotional intelligent about who you're being, what you're doing, and how you're reacting to life and the kind of experiences you're creating. So if this is something that you might be interested in, let me know. There's a free training down below as well for you to watch. If you're concerned about your personal safety and you dress up in the shortest clothes and you go party and you had a few too many drinks, then guess what? It's the same thing. You kind of make yourself a target. You make yourself weak. You show like, oh, I cannot really defend myself. I'm not really in a position to be strong enough to like fight against you or to do something against you. So like if you attack me, I'll be an easy target. And that is the problem that most people do not see. But what I'm saying is, there are cultural differences in countries. There are people who did not grow up with the mentality of like, oh, I need to treat a woman equally, or a woman has the equal rights as I do, or I actually have to respect a woman. There are people who do just not have this basic education, and it is obviously it is your right to dress however you want. But if you travel to like third world countries, to places where this kind of education is just not given, don't take it for granted and don't just play with the risk. When I go to India, I do not run around with shorts and like topless, not topless, but like, you know, like a cute short top. Like, you just don't do that unless you know where you're surrounding yourself with. Sometimes it sucks, but even if you have to wear long pants and long sleeve, if that's keeping you safe, then just go for it. It's not gonna kill you. My next tip is download Google Maps offline. So wherever you are, when you do not have a connection, you do not have a SIM card, you run out of data, there's no Wi-Fi to connect with whatsoever, you at least have an offline map so you can always find back to your hotel or to at least a big landmark, and then go from there. One of my favorite things to advise people on is be confident. If you have to fake the confidence, that's okay. But if you show that you're scared, if you show off your weakness, again, you make yourself an easy target and people will come after you more easily than they will when you're actually really confident. And I do believe that me being quite tall, it kind of intimidates a lot of people. So I've never really gotten into a really bad situation, but I also know that it didn't happen because I listened to myself, I listened to my gut feelings, to my instincts, to my intuition, however you want to call it, and I trust myself. I really trust myself that if I get into a really bad situation, I'm gonna notice it before. I'm gonna make another decision beforehand to avoid being in that situation or having to handle this difficult situation. I really trust myself. And that's the most important thing that I can give you for your journey. Trust yourself. Get more in tune with your intuition. Get more in tune with who you're being, and start listening to your inner feelings, to your gut feelings, to intuition, whatever you want to call it. But trust yourself. The world actually isn't a bad place at all. Most people are out there to help you. But if you make it easy for them, if you offer yourself pretty much in these words, you make yourself an easy target, then you kind of cannot complain afterwards. I know it's not always fair. The world isn't fair. Life isn't fair. This is what it is. If you want to protect yourself, just be smart. And the most important thing, really, most of the time, nothing happens if you trust yourself and if you're confident in who you're being and what you're doing. And I also trust myself that even if I get into a bad situation, I'll know how to handle it, and I'll easily and effortlessly find a way to get out of the situation quickly. That said, it's always good to have a picture or a copy of your passport and of all your important documents saved somewhere online. Either have them like with your parents or just in any kind of cloud or backup where you can always easily access them. And if you like this video, please share it with anyone who would benefit from watching this video. Consider liking this video and consider subscribing to my channel if you actually do love living a more adventurous life. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And always remember, stay safe and trust yourself. You'll be fine.